Hi there everybody, and welcome back to Japan, where I was going to do a simple video with the background, but packing is a fair way along now. So you're going to come with me, handheld style. That's right people, it's like the Blair Witch Project, except for the only scary thing here is probably the state of my shaving. So I wanted to do a video. I thought I'll do this like the old school, except without the backing. I thought I'd do this all ad-lib, because I wanted to talk to you guys, as you've probably guessed from the title of this video, partly just to say thank you. Partly to say thank you for, well, if you're not aware, I'm sure most of the people in the community are, but, what's that beep? Is this place about to blow up? Oh good, it stopped. So yeah, I'm sure most of the people in the community are aware of what happened the other day. So I'm going to do a short thank you at the beginning about that, and then I'll go into a little bit more of a waffle, I'm sure, afterwards. But I wanted to say thank you for the fact that so many people came out of nowhere, that you guys have been organising behind my back to help me with the massive task of moving out of Cardboard Palace 2, finding a new place. We've been saying the new place is going to be Cardboard Palace 3, but I'll be honest, I think I'm going to be in a temporary place for a little while and then find somewhere permanent. So I think, I hope that Cardboard Palace 3 will be the permanent place I find with my missus, hopefully. But yeah, wherever I go to next, at least I'm a little bit more safe and assured because of the massive help that you guys gave. Now, you are all probably aware that this all happened while I was on Neon Reaper Gaming's channel, turning a beautiful shade of red. I would like to use that particular adjective through fear that lobster is probably the more accurate one. And yeah, it was a total shock. Honestly, I had no idea it was coming. It was fantastic. I should point out, Bubbles has already transferred the money to Tokyo, awaiting me to pick it up. So that's going to be brilliant upon my arrival, which will be next Wednesday. And just, I was told during the stream that apparently the people who gifted the money, it was basically anonymous. So I have no way of knowing exactly who to say thank you to, but I just want to say thank you to everyone who was involved, whether you're involved in the organising, whether you gave support. I really can't express how much of a difference it does actually make. It's that feeling of security, and it gives me time. I was pointing out, I might as well be honest about where the money's going. Booze, no. So the idea really is for me, the most important thing is the accommodation. Not knowing exactly when my partner's going to be here, when we're going to be able to get everything together. With all those doubts, I can get by on food. I'm very, as you guys remember from the stream, I'm very thrifty with my shopping. So I'm able to get by on not much. The main thing is having a roof over my head and operation mainly so I can do this. You know, this channel is one of the things that keeps me sane. So having the ability to know that I'm somewhere with Wi-Fi, that's kind of the most important thing. So that's what it buys me. It buys me time and assurance, and I can use that time to focus on getting together the things I need to get. You know, getting a better source of revenue for my money. I'm not going to be bugging you guys every single month to do that again. Actually, that's another thing I just wanted to point out as well. I also wanted to say a big thank you to everyone on the Patreon. I know that's kind of a separate thing, and I'm pretty sure that pretty much everyone on the Patreon also gave to this as well, from what I've heard. But I just wanted to point out, whether you gave to this or not, if you're on the Patreon, equal thanks to you, because you've been getting me even to this point. So it's something that came up a little bit when I was talking to Neon on the stream as this was all happening, was the fact that really the reason why this is so fun to do is community. It's a big part of it. And it's difficult when you're going through something like this. You don't want to whinge about it. And I'm not claiming that I'm going through the worst thing in the world, but obviously it's a pretty unusual situation, and not a preferable one by any means. So it's kind of nice when, as much as the support, it's also the feeling that people understand what you're going through and they actually care enough to be part of help for you. You know, it's good enough to have the community. Just having the community, having people to talk to is great, but when they're actually having an actual impact in your life, it's like, wow, it really does demonstrate what an amazing thing it is we've built. And a lot of you said really kind things about what the channel's meant to you, and things that maybe I've said on direct messages. I do like to keep in contact with people on DMs, even if I'm very slow to reply. A lot of you said really nice things about conversations you've had with me in the past and things that the channel's done for yourself. And that is, again, that's equally of reward. All of it is wonderful. And yeah, it made me feel a million times better. really great. So this just it started off a very sort of positive note in a difficult time. Yes, things are still going to be difficult. There's still a lot of challenges we have to deal with, but it's landing on the right foot. Starting on the right foot, I guess you could say. So yeah, it's just I cannot say thank you enough for everyone who got involved. I know as well from doing like working with small bands, working with marketing. This is again something that's going to come up in a video sometime soon. But working with that kind of thing, I always sort of said to small bands. I've just realised this is going to sound really bad when I get to the end of this point now, but I'll do it anyway, and then I'll apologise for the way it sounds. But I always said to small bands, because you walk around the streets and you see like bands playing live, and they'll be selling their CD for like 1,000 yen minimum, usually more. 1,000 yen sort of being £6 or £7 or $8 or $9 US dollars. And I always sort of said to them, I was like, really, what you should do is you should don't worry about the nice CD case, just make a lot of copies of your CD, or whatever the cheapest format you can find. USB pens, when they become cheap enough, probably a good one. Just put a little printed thing on there which has your contact, your website and all of that, or like a QR code or whatever, and then give them away free of charge. And the reason I said this is because they're usually doing this to promote a concert, so they want you to buy the CD and then go to a concert. I am getting to a point, by the way. And so I always sort of said to them, like, no, don't do that. Give them away free, because then people are on board. People actually feel, oh, okay, well, this person's doing something for me. You can probably see where I'm going now. And so as a result, they feel more. There's more of an endearing sense that you care about them, and that therefore they're like, oh, okay, we'll care about you. So then they will pay to go to your show, or maybe they'll be like, oh, this isn't my sort of thing, but my friend's really into this type of music. Oh, I really want to support this band because they were so nice, just giving me something free, so I'll give this to my friend. It's so much better to do it that way than to sort of walk up like, oh, I'm special, everyone come to me. So as you can probably imagine, the point I'm trying to make here, which could be misinterpreted, so I'll be careful, is I try to be as chronically self-aggrandizing as I sometimes am, and I allow Discord to be giving me names like GMIV for anyone who knows what that stands for. I always like to think that the whole point of a channel is to be humble. To not ask you guys for anything. Now, the reason why this could be misinterpreted, I didn't mean that I'm doing that deliberately just to eventually cash in on it. That was not, it wasn't a marketing strategy. To be honest, the only thing that I was thinking that maybe cashing in on was obviously eventually, well, okay, people might want to give you something. There's a spider actually making a web while I'm talking on my packed luggage. Sorry, I'll get to the point. It wasn't something where I thought eventually maybe get a bit of money from people doing Patreon, which obviously they have, which is great, and it's something where you guys know you're subscribing. But as I say, you go into it trying to be as humble as possible, but in that process, that's why I perhaps never expected that it would get anything to that scale. I mean, it was one shock when he told me, oh, because we were on there, and then like the money thing comes up on the screen, and he's like, oh, that's for you. I was like, okay, what? I was like, is he transferring me money? I was like, what's this? And then it sort of became clear, oh, this is actually like a telethon. This is like a charity event. I thought we were going to cut to a black and white video of me slow motion walking around my apartment. Save a Howard. He'll make you a video and write you a letter. But a little phone number appears at the bottom. I was kind of, I was like, oh, wow, okay, that's what we're doing, and I couldn't believe it. And then I thought, oh, maybe like 3 or 4 people will like pop in a thing, and then it just kept on going. I was like, okay, what's going on here? And then just when he told me the number, I was just, what? Totally dumbfounded by that. So yeah, the whole thing genuinely, it's not just that it took me by surprise, it's the fact that it's so much more than I could have expected. And as I said at the time, this is true, even someone giving me a penny, it's, again, going back to that marketing analogy, there's a big difference between people being nice to you and people actually making that action to say, I am going to do something for you. and what everyone can afford is different. So I'm kind of repeating points I made at the time, but it is just the fact that anyone would put their hand in their wallet and make that that gesture is a huge thing. So I really, really don't want to underestimate how much that means to me. Now, does that mean I'm going to stop being an argumentative asshole online? No, it doesn't. Does it mean that I'm going to change anything about my giving good and bad reviews? No, because I assume that's what you all like about the channel, those of you who are here. So I'm going to keep on doing everything the same, obviously trying tweaking it, making it better, but I just, yeah, as I say, I'm repeating the point again, but I just wanted to say thank you for that. Thank you hugely for making the effort to do something like that for the channel. Thank you for the message that that sends, that you guys are enjoying what we're doing. And thank you for giving me that nice feeling that people care about what's happening here. That it's not just about the channel, that you actually care about the process that goes into that. And that's particularly impactful, as I say, with the fact that for almost 2 years now, stuck out here in the wilderness, in the middle of nowhere on the side of a mountain, virtually seeing no people, you start to lose the social connection. I'm sure if you watch over the videos since I moved here, you'll see a decline in my social skills very strongly happening, right until the point where I no longer appear on camera anymore. So I just wanted to say, yeah, thank you for all of those things. It is greatly appreciated, and I'm sure once I'm back to a semblance of reality, and hopefully once the system's in place and everything is going better, I hope that I'll be able to make a lot of strides forwards with the channel and make it even better for you guys. And yeah, so that's kind of it. That's kind of everything I wanted to say. I'm sure I'll probably now waffle for another 10 minutes. This is totally ad-lib, and that's what happens when I waffle. Yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure. So I will go back to doing some more stuff. There will be obviously more videos coming. As I say, I'm moving on Wednesday, so I suspect there's going to be a little bit of a stumble for a few days. With exceptions to this, I've got a couple of videos I want to get out before the move, but I can't guarantee anything. The big one is the live stream coming Sunday night, which is tomorrow. I've put a lot of effort into this. There's going to be a lot of funny things. We're hopefully going to have some people calling in. I've got at least 2 people who I think are going to be available to call into the show. I'm going to have some funny games. I've got some funny stuff that I'm going to sort of show, which I found moving out. There's a really entertaining twist on Choose My Beer, the last Choose My Beer from here, the game that no one wants to play. Yeah, there's just going to be some fun stuff, so I'm really looking forward to that. I really hope it goes well. And yeah, there you go. So, my thanks to you all. I will catch you very soon on my videos or in the community. If you've been listening to this whole waffle, then you truly are a champion. Thank you again if you gave on the actual drive, if you like, the charity drive for Howard. And also an equal thank you for if you're on the Patreon. And a massive thank you, obviously, to anyone else who's just in the community making this what it is, the thing that we are going to save. And of course, if you're on all 3 of those, then love you guys. So, until I hopefully see you very soon in Japan for the next one of, not these, but, well, a video. For now, ciao ciao. I say that, and then what I do is I reach behind and I press this